Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna do the one standing up in this little container. This is by the Cosmetic Archive. I was saying in my other video, I feel like they don't sell these anymore. I looked online and I could not find the Cosmetics Archive anywhere to buy these, so I don't know what happened to them, but I'll try to find something similar. I've seen some things like this on Etsy recently, but anyway, let's go through these first. Oh, this makes me so anxious just looking at this. Okay, this is why I need to do this, because this is too many. This is just too many. So let's start over here. Here we have 2 Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundations. We have 4 warm and 3 warm. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I very, very, very rarely wear this foundation. Like, very rarely. So that is 3 warm, which is honestly too light for me. I'm not sure why I even have that color, to be honest. And then we have 4 warm, which is there, which is a much better match for me. This warm number 3 is definitely gonna go. Put that over here. I'm gonna keep 4 warm, although this is not an everyday foundation for me, and when I do wear it, I like to mix it with the Hollywood Flawless Filter. It's just a little too thick for me on its own, but it is pretty when I want to wear more coverage, especially with the Flawless Filter. So I'm going to keep this one. Moving on, Light Wonder. Now this foundation is an everyday foundation for me, and I recently got a new color, which is number 3. Let me show you. I originally had number 4, which was not a good match for me. And so I got this one. So this is number 3 right there, which blends right into my skin. I like that color. Number 4, I will show you, but every time I wear this, I hate the color. So this is number 4. So number 4, it's kind of be hard for you to tell on this camera, but number 4 is much, I think it's more of a pinky undertone, and number 3 is a little bit more on the warm side. Honestly, neither of them is like an absolute perfect match for me, but number 3 is definitely a lot closer. So number 4 is going to go, and I'll keep number 3. This is a beautiful foundation. If you haven't tried this, this is really nice. It has SPF 15, and it's just a really pretty lightweight foundation. I really love that one. Okay, the next one is a definite keep. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I wear the shade 200 warm in this one, and this is a really good match for me. And oh, I just love this foundation, you guys. It is so, so pretty. It's a really nice medium coverage. Like, you can't even see that on my hand. This color for me works so beautifully. This is a really nice medium coverage foundation. I know they say it's luminous foundation, but honestly, I think it's more of a natural finish. That's how I would describe it. Nice natural finish, medium coverage. Love this one. Definitely another keep. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I wear the shade number 4. So this is like one of my special occasion foundations. I don't wear this unless it's for a specific purpose, like special occasion is what I would call it. This is the shade number 4, and I love it. Love this one. This, like I said, I would not use it on an everyday basis, not because it's too thick or I don't like it, but just because it's so expensive. But I do think it's beautiful. Definitely worth it if you like something really lightweight and a little bit luminous. You would love this. Another special occasion foundation. This is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And this is another one that I would not wear every day, but I love it. It is so, so pretty. And it's a great color for me. This is the shade Light 4.5 Vienna. There it is there. Love this one. This is very, very full coverage, but I love it. Absolutely beautiful. I would definitely always keep this one. Then we have another Nars foundation. This is the Sheer Glow foundation. It's in the same shade, 4.5 Vienna. And this one, I loved when I got it. I haven't used it in a little bit though. Let me pump a little bit out on my hand. I need to use this one more. But so this is obviously the same color as the Natural Longwear Radiant. This one is a little lighter weight and a little bit just a thinner consistency, but really, really nice. I would use this more on an everyday or a light makeup kind of basis, more so than the Longwear Radiant one I just showed you, but love this as well, and I do want to keep this. Moving on to one I know a lot of people really, really love. The Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Porcelain. So there it is. This is one, I like it the few times that I've worn it, but for whatever reason I don't find myself thinking, oh, I want to wear the Too Faced foundation today. You know what I mean? I think it's, I don't know, it's more of a full coverage, kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury and the Nars. But on the other hand, sometimes I think I don't give this one enough of a chance. This is going to go in the maybe pile. We're going to have a maybe pile like we did in the concealer version, and I'll go through the maybes at the end and make my final call on those. Moving on, we have these two from Flower Beauty. These are the Light Illusion foundations, and these, first of all, the colors on these are so limited. Like this is the shade L3 right there, and this is the shade L2. So to me, that L2 looks too pinky, but then L3 is better, but it still looks a little too yellow. Ugh. This is why I never wear these. Not because I don't like them. I actually think this is a really pretty foundation, but the shade range on these, they need help. They need to extend the shade range because these are just not, they need something a little more neutral. It's like L3 is too yellow and L2 is too pinky. Sadly, both of these are gonna go. Pretty formula if you can find a color that works for you. It kind of reminds me of the Anastasia Luminous foundation, but the Anastasia one comes in like 50 shades and this comes in like 10. So sadly, the Flower Beauties are gonna have to go. Moving on to this one. This is a definite keep. This is one of my favorite products from Bare Minerals, and I have a lot of them, but this foundation is the Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation, and this is in the shade number 6 Cashmere. Love, love, love this. And this, I will say, is one of the longest lasting foundations that I have in my collection. Anytime I know my makeup's going to be on for quite a while and I want to make sure it stays, like, look at that. Can't even see it. It's a perfect color match for me. This is a gorgeous foundation, and this, I'm not sure how many shades this comes in, but it's at least, I want to say like 30, maybe more than that. This is beautiful though. Love this one. We'll definitely be keeping it. This is the new Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Foundation. Still playing around with this. I haven't had this for very long. This is the shade number 3, Fairly Light. This I like. I'm still kind of, like I said, playing around with it to see how I like it the best. But the color, again, is really good for me. as you can see there. So definitely we'll be keeping this one. I feel like I need to do another video with this one. Okay, moving on to another drugstore option. This is the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. And I have, again, two of them. I have these shades Linen and Nude. So this is okay. It's not anything spectacular in my opinion. I'll swatch them for you. So this is the shade Linen. Sorry, it's very hard to do these swatches over your hand. So that's the shade Linen. You probably can't see it. And then this is the shade Nude. Nude is definitely a better color. Linen is very light. Linen is definitely gonna go. Honestly, I haven't used this enough times, I feel like, to make a call on this. So this is gonna go in the maybe pile for now. It's $5, which is amazing. I just haven't ever used it enough times to have, I feel like, a good enough idea of whether or not I should keep it. So we're gonna put that in the maybe for right now. All right, moving on. Next we have the Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation. This is the shade Y225. There it is. I love this foundation, you guys, and this color, very, very good for me. This is such a lightweight, just really good everyday, slightly even out your skin tone kind of foundation. This is very, very nice. I feel like this is a very versatile foundation. I feel like a lot of people could use this. Whether you're younger, older, oily skin, dry skin, I feel like this is just a nice natural foundation with not a whole lot of coverage. Love this one. We'll definitely be keeping that. And oh gosh, you guys, so if you saw, I did a video using this one not a while ago, it was like a month ago. And this is the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation. This is the shade Light Warm 21. We'll absolutely keep this one. Love it so much. Beautiful, beautiful foundation and a great color for me. Love it, love it. This one is actually very similar, I would say, to the Reboot, but the It Cosmetics gives you a little more coverage than the Reboot. But absolutely love this one and we'll be keeping it. This one is the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation. This is the shade Vanilla 1 in 2. So this is another one I feel like I've never been able to get the shade 100% right. So there is that shade. And it's not bad, but it's just, every time I wear it, I'm not happy with how my makeup looks. I think this is a pretty foundation, but I know I'm not gonna wear this, so this is gonna go. Okay, moving right along. Hopefully we're making some progress here. Next we have this. This is by Clinique, and this is the Even Better Glow Light Reflecting Makeup. I have the shade WN4 Bone. I'm pretty sure they've discontinued this. I could be wrong, but I feel like I saw somewhere that this was being discontinued. This is pretty. Nothing that I'm gonna reach for this over other things that I have though. I have lighter weight foundations that are very similar in finish and coverage to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. Also hesitate to use it in videos because you guys can't buy it if you wanted to. So I am gonna pass this one on. Ooh, okay. If you saw one of my recent videos, I did a video using this and I did say in the video that this might be my new favorite foundation. This is the Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever Foundation. I do love this, you guys. I really do. I have the shade 17.5 Neutral. This is so pretty. and a perfect color for me. This, oh my gosh, this is so pretty, you guys. This is a natural finish. I would say a light medium coverage, and it just looks like skin. And that's, I mean, the name Best Skin Ever is very accurate because that's what it looks like. It looks like skin, just a better version of your skin is what this does for you, which I love. It's $20. It comes in 50 shades, and I've been loving this ever since I got it. So absolutely we'll be keeping that one. This, I'm sure you all know what this is. This is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint that was very, almost a viral product for a while. I have the shade Estee Formosa. This is a very pretty product. It has SPF 40, it has niacinamide, squalene, and hyaluronic acid in here. It comes in a little dropper, and this is a very interesting product. So when it comes out, it looks very light actually, but when you blend it in, it like morphs to more of your skin tone. It's the craziest thing. I love this, especially in the spring and summer. What I will say is not everyone is gonna love this. This is a very glowy foundation, and it's not a ton of coverage, but it's more than like the typical skin tint, I would say. It does have SPF 40, it's 12% zinc oxide, which I love, but you definitely have to like the true glossy, dewy, almost oily look to really love this. I personally love it, but it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I will be keeping it. I know it seems like I'm not getting rid of many, but it's just because these first ones are ones that I really like. They were all right here in a row, so don't worry, we will get rid of some. Next is Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I have the shade Light 45 Warm. So this I actually loved when I first got it, and I used it quite a bit, but I just kind of stopped. But it wasn't because I didn't like it, it's just because I found other things. But I actually do like this foundation, to be honest. It's a very pretty, I don't know, I know they say it's a really hydrating foundation because of the hyaluronic acid. I don't know that I would say it's super hydrating. I would definitely not say it's bad for somebody with oily skin. It's not that kind of hydrating. I think it's kind of right in between. It's more of a natural finish, but it's pretty. I like it. This color does work for me. I feel like I need to use this one more, so I am going to keep it for now. Next, we have the Milani Screen Queen Natural Finish Foundation. This one is in the shade Natural Beige 220. I will swatch this for you. So this is supposed to have that technology in it, like the blue light technology. I don't know if it actually does, but that's what they say about it. This is actually a very beautiful drugstore foundation, you guys. It's more than light coverage, but I would say it's a very light medium. That's it there. It definitely has a little bit more of a luminous finish to it. They say it's more of a natural finish, but I do think it has a good bit of luminosity to it. This one is very pretty. I feel like not that many people talk about this either, but this is one of the best drugstore foundations that I've tried, and I will definitely keep it. I feel like the shade range on these are decent, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But if you're looking for something new to try from the drugstore, this is a good one. Milani in general is very good, I would say. Most everything that I've tried from them I really like, so I will be keeping this one. Next up, we have MAC Face and Body. Honestly, you guys, I cannot get this to work for me. I don't know what it is, but every time I use this, I just don't care for it. Honestly, MAC, I have never been able to find a MAC shade that I think works really well for me. I don't know why. This is the shade C2, and I also don't love the fact that this foundation is super liquidy when you first pump it out, and then as you blend it, it starts to get like tacky feeling, and I don't know, it's very odd. It's just not really my cup of tea. I don't know, and maybe, I don't know. I think I'm gonna pass this on. I feel like this is just not really my thing. If you've used this and you have thoughts on it or you like it, let me know how you use it, because I just cannot get this to work for me. Next, this is the Rare Beauty foundation, and I got this a few months ago when I got the concealer. This is the shade 180W, and honestly, when I've tried to use this, it looks good when you first put it on, but I just find that it really settles into any little bit of a fine line, texture, anything. I just find that it doesn't sit that well on my skin. Yeah, I don't know about this, you guys. This is gonna go in the maybe for now, because I wonder if maybe I need to try it with a primer. I don't know, with something underneath. I feel like I have not been able to get this to work for me either. So this is gonna go in the maybes for now. Next, a foundation that nobody talks about. This is the Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil Foundation in the shade G15 Cosmic. Haven't used this in quite a while, and to be honest with you, whenever I've worn this foundation is almost too dewy. And I know it sounds crazy coming from me saying that, but when I use this, I feel like my face looks excessively oily. And I don't mind that so much with the Ilia, because this is such light coverage. I like that kind of look, but this gives pretty good coverage, but it's very oily looking. So I don't think I'm gonna keep this. I feel like if I do, I won't use it. So I'm gonna pass this one on. The classic Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is actually a new bottle. I just got this recently from Ulta, and this is a really good shade for me. It's the shade 1W2. I should have gotten a pump. I should have gotten a pump for this foundation when I bought it, but this shade is really great for me. Again, this is not something I use all the time, but I do like to have this in my collection for when I want more full coverage. I've been filming for so long, it's starting to get dark outside, so. Anyway, moving on, we have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I have two shades. I have 420 and 425. This is a really good drugstore foundation, a full coverage drugstore foundation. This would probably be my favorite, to be honest. Let me see. All right, so this is the shade 420. Really good match. And I believe this is 425. I think this one is decent also, but maybe. So I feel like there's not a huge difference between the two. 425 is definitely a little more warm toned, and 420 is a little more neutral. Let me see, when do these expire? Because I feel like, yeah, so 425, this is expired. So these are gonna go, you know, yeah, this expired in 2020. So this one's gonna go, but I do really like this. That's 425. 420 expires in March 2021. So I guess I'll keep this because this does match me, and try to use some of it up before it expires. But this is nice if you like a full coverage and you want something from the drugstore. This is really good. Oh my, next we have one of my favorite foundations ever, the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. But as far as I know, this has been discontinued, and they have replaced it with the new Butter foundation. I forget, it's from the Butter collection with Physicians Formula. It's brand new. I don't know why they got rid of this. This is such a nice foundation. I do have two of them. One of them is pretty old. This one has expired, or it expired in 2019. So this is gonna go. This one is also old, but it's from 2020, so it's not as old. And I really like this, so it's gonna be really hard for me to get rid of this, to be honest. There's the shade. I wear the shade LW2. This is just so nice. I can't believe they got rid of this. The only thing I will say about this one that I hate is the smell. The smell does kind of go away after you blend it in. You get more used to it, so you don't notice it as much, but it does have a very odd smell. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Other than that, I think this is so beautiful, and I wish they would bring this back. Like redo the packaging or something, but just bring this back. They can't get rid of this. I'm gonna keep this one for now and use as much as I can before it expires. Next, we have Wet n Wild, the Photo Focus foundation. This is the dewy one. This is, what is this? The shade Soft Ivory. This I have not worn in a very, very long time. And I believe it was a little bit light for me. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh gosh, I always forget. This one really does smell like paint too. It's not as strong as the original Wet n Wild Photo Focus as far as the paint smell goes. This is just not something I reach for. It's not bad, but I know I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to get rid of that one. What is this? This is Revlon Colorstay, and again, this is the one for normal to dry skin. I think they have two versions of this, normal to dry and then normal to oily skin, I want to say. This one is normal to dry, and it's the shade 150 Buff. Let me put a little bit on this hand. Okay, so there it is. Wow, that feels really nice. I haven't used this in a long time. It actually looks pretty nice. When does this expire? 2021, so this year. I don't see myself reaching for this, so I'm gonna let this go. I promised I was gonna be ruthless with this, so that's what I'm trying to do. Next we have this from Revolution. This is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. This was actually a recent purchase for me. I had a weak moment on a Target trip recently, because if you weren't aware, Target now carries Revolution, and I saw this and for some reason felt very compelled to buy it. I don't know why, because I know I'm not going to use this. I don't know why I bought this. Probably going to take this back actually, because it hasn't even been used. Yeah, I don't know why I bought that. Last but not least, we have e.l.f. This is the Flawless Finish Foundation, and this is, let's see, in the shade Shell. When I first got this and I used it, I liked it. I cannot remember now. Okay, so there's the shade Shell. Although, you know what I don't like about this? This foundation was nice. I remember this now. But the smell, you guys, it smells like flowers. And I know they're probably doing that to make it appealing, but I don't want my foundation to smell like flowers. Like I just don't. So that's gonna go. And that is it, you guys. That is it for this. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to this little pink organizer that I have. I think I went through two of these yesterday, but I just put them back in here and we'll just start over. I ran out of battery yesterday and it was getting dark, so I figured I would just finish up the foundations today. First foundation that I see is this one. This is the Bite Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. I love this one. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll probably remember I used to use this all the time. This was one of my favorite foundations for quite a while, and definitely will be keeping this. Love it. It's a really nice medium coverage. It's a little bit more of a moussey texture, and I wear mine in the shade L25, but it's very, very creamy and just a really nice natural finish on your skin. This I would highly recommend, and we'll definitely be keeping it. Next, we have the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation in the shade Natural. I don't use this a lot because this is a pretty full coverage, but I like this a lot and I would definitely keep it. It is a good color for me. This is the shade Natural. This one is definitely more of a thick formula, so if you're someone that doesn't like anything super heavy, this probably is not going to be your favorite, but I do like it for when I want to wear a little more makeup. Okay, next we have two of the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Sticks. And again, I have two shades. I have the shade Cashew, which is there, and I have the shade Buttercream, which I recently got Buttercream actually. So there is Buttercream and Cashew. Cashew is very, very pinky on me, so I'm definitely going to get rid of that one. Buttercream matches me really, really well. I used this in one of my most recent videos, a full face of Bare Minerals, and I used this one in the shade Buttercream, and I really like this. This is nice. This has SPF, let's see, 25. And it's just a really quick, easy foundation. I actually like this a lot. It does not give a ton of coverage. I would say it's more of a light to a light medium coverage, but it's very natural looking. It's very skin-like. Also, I actually found this shade, Buttercream, at TJ Maxx. I had gotten this a while ago from Ulta in the shade Cashew, but I found my actual shade that I'm using now at TJ Maxx. So this was, I think it was $7.99. So if you're interested in this, be on the lookout because they are at TJ Maxx and Marshalls right now. So I'm gonna keep Buttercream and get rid of Cashew. Next we have this. This is the Milk Makeup Flex. I think it's called the Flex Foundation Stick. This is in the shade Light Sand. I'm not a huge fan of this one. This one to me is pretty thick and drying. The Complexion Rescue Stick is much thinner and it's just easier to apply on your skin. This one is, the shade is decent, but I never reach for this, and I'm gonna keep Complexion Rescue instead because I like that more. So I am gonna pass this one on. Okay, moving on. We have L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiance Serum Foundation with SPF 50. I wear the shade Golden Ivory 20. I really like this and I definitely want to keep it. This is an extremely thin formula, but you actually get a decent amount of coverage with this. It feels like it would be more of a tinted moisturizer when you put it on your hand, but then when you blend it out, it actually gives you a good bit of coverage. It doesn't have a strong sunscreen smell either. I really like this. Even my mom, who is very hard to please with makeup, has this and she really likes this. So this is a good one. If you are wanting something lightweight for like spring and summer coming up and you want something from the drugstore, I like this one. Next we have Nude Sticks Tinted Cover in the shade Nude number 3. This is not anything spectacular. It's okay, but I don't love it. It's very, very thin, like extremely thin. It's not much coverage at all. It doesn't have any sunscreen in it. It does look pretty on your skin. It kind of reminds me of the L'Oreal Age Perfect I just showed you, but it's a little less coverage and it doesn't have sunscreen and it's more expensive. So I am gonna pass this on. It's not bad, but it's not something I see myself reaching for a lot. Okay, next we have two It Cosmetics CC creams. We have the original here and we have the illumination version. I have both of them in the shade light. I kind of go back and forth with this. I don't love it. Like, these have never been like a holy grail product for me. I know a lot of people really, really love these. They work better for me in the shade light in the summertime, just because I do find the shades light in particular is the best match for me, but it's very warm toned, like very, very warm toned. So I do find that in the wintertime it's a little too dark for me, but fair is too light. I wouldn't say I have like a perfect color match, but not sure about these, you guys. Those are going in the maybe pile for now. Okay, moving on. We have the YSL Touche Éclat All-in-One Glow Fresh Dewy Makeup in the shade B30. This I've used a few times, and I feel like when I bought this, I thought it was gonna be more, or it was gonna give more coverage than it actually does. And then when I used it, it's very sheer. It's definitely more of a tinted moisturizer. So there it is there. It's very, very, almost a watery consistency. I don't know that I'm gonna use this, to be honest. I'm gonna put it in the maybes over here for now, but I have a feeling I'm probably gonna declutter that one. If you hear things, it's Belle running in and out of the room. Okay, moving on. We have two of these. These are old, so I'm definitely gonna get rid of these. These are the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundations in the shade Natural Buff and Nude Beige. This is actually a really pretty foundation. I will say, now that I've tried the Fresh Wear, I like that one a little bit more than this. But this one isn't bad. But I've had these for, let me see. Yeah, both of these expired in 2019, so these need to go. Not a bad drugstore foundation. It's definitely more on the glowy, dewy side though. So if you like more of a natural finish, I would definitely go for the Fresh Wear over this one. Next, we have this one. This is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Makeup with SPF 45. This one is so funny. When I first tried this, I did a video on it actually, and I did not like it. I did not like it at all in the video, but I kept it. I didn't get rid of it. And then months later, I got it out again and started using it again and loved it. So I don't know why I hated it the first time I tried it. I have the same shade in this as I have in Double Wear. It's 1W2. I actually took this makeup to Florida a few months ago when we went to Disney World. This was the foundation that I took, and I really like this. This is, honestly, this is a better version to me of the It Cosmetics CC Cream. It's not as thick. It's much more moisturizing and lightweight, not such a thick cream. So I will be keeping this for sure. Here we have NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. This I have not used in a very, very long time. I have the shade Vanilla. So there it is. I've used this enough times to know, I haven't used it in a while, but I know that when I did use it, it was nice, but I know I have other foundations I'm probably gonna choose over this one. So I think I am gonna pass this on, but this is not bad for the price. It's pretty good. Again, definitely more on the glowy side. So if you don't like a glow, you will not like this at all. But I think I'm gonna pass that one on for now. Ooh, okay. Next, we have the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this on camera, but can you see how this is like breaking up in there? This is the shade Fair Light. This I really didn't like this at all. I tried it a few times and it's just, I don't know. It's almost to the point where it's not even worth wearing it because it just doesn't really do much for you. I would say it's very, almost like it says, a skin milk. It's very almost streaky on your face when you put it on. I don't know. And the shades to me were not good at all. Like this shade is not, this is not a great shade for me, and there aren't very many shades. So to me, this is okay, but not anything spectacular. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. Next is the Sephora Clean Glowing Skin Foundation. This is a pretty recent purchase for me, but I love this. I wear the shade number 7, and I would definitely keep this. There is the shade number 7. This is, I would say, a pretty solid medium coverage. Not super glowy. It definitely has a little bit of radiance to it, but I would say it's more of a natural finish with maybe a little slight bit of radiance to it, but this is nice. And this is pretty affordable. I believe it's $20 from Sephora. Really nice though. Truly, these two foundations from Sephora are very impressive. The Clean Glowing Skin and the Best Skin Ever. I like both and definitely will keep both. Okay, next we have this. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. I loved this when it first came out and I used it quite a bit. I haven't used this in the longest time, you guys. So honestly, I don't love this applicator or the packaging either. I get the idea you're supposed to bounce your beauty blender on here and you press this button and it dispenses out, but it also kind of makes a mess right here all the time. Let me swatch this for you. When I first got this, I really did like it, but like now it's very thick. It's kind of a whipped formula. It's a lot of coverage and it's definitely more of a matte finish in my opinion. I don't think I'm gonna wear this again, so I am gonna pass this on. Not my favorite anymore. Next we have from the brand Unicorn Glow, the Hydrating Foundation. I did a review on this brand a while ago, and it was back when you could get this stuff at CVS. I'm not sure if they still have this brand at CVS. This is very runny, very liquidy. It's almost a watery texture. This is not anything. I know myself and I know I'm not gonna reach for this. So I'm gonna pass this on. That's what I'm finding with a lot of my stuff now is even if products aren't bad, I know what I'll reach for and what I won't. And I'm trying to eliminate all the things that I know that I'm not going to choose over the other things that I have. So that's what I'm trying to do. Moving on, this is the Neutrogena Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This, again, is okay. I like it. I don't love the color, and for some reason Neutrogena never makes many colors, I feel like, in their foundations. Like this is a tinted moisturizer. I think there's only 3 shades in this, maybe 2. It is really nice if you do have a shade that works for you. This shade is a little bit light for me, but then the second shade is a little bit on the dark side. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep this. It's okay, but I definitely prefer my Hydra Boost foundation from Neutrogena over this because it's very lightweight and gives a little more coverage. So I am gonna pass this one on for now. Ooh, okay, next we have Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Tinted moisturizer. This is the shade Light 6W. Ooh, this packaging looks this looks kind of gross in the packaging. I think this is definitely expired. I actually like this a lot, but oh yeah. Ooh yeah, this consistency is very, ooh, this is kind of separating on my hand. Yeah, I think this is definitely old. This is nice. It's very hydrating if you like that because of the hyaluronic acid. One thing that would definitely make this better is if it had SPF in it. I feel like a product like this should have some SPF, but this one does not. But for the price, I think this is nice. If you have more mature skin, I think you might like this. It's very lightweight, but so are a lot of these products. Like, I personally like the Age Perfect more than this because of the SPF, and this, you can get a sheer coverage, but you can get more coverage with it as well. This one is a pretty sheer amount of coverage. So there's not much versatility to this, and I'm pretty sure it's expired because it looks kind of weird in the packaging. So I am gonna pass that one on. Ooh, okay. Do you guys remember when this came out? This is Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. Now this is probably the fullest coverage of any foundation I have ever owned, to be honest. It is like, look at that. It is a lot of coverage, and it's a very, very matte foundation, which is not typically my cup of tea. It is almost a powdery texture when it dries down. So this is definitely gonna go, not my favorite. If you love a full coverage, you might really like this, but not something I think I'm gonna use. Okay, we're getting close to the end. We're almost done here. Next, I just grabbed this from my everyday drawer. Obviously, I'm keeping this. This is my Forever Love Bare Minerals Original Foundation in the shade Fairly Light. I love this. You guys know if you watch my videos, that is always a favorite. Then I have my Neutrogena Hydra Boost. This is what I was talking about earlier. I definitely prefer this over this. I wish this one had sunscreen. That's the only thing, but if I wear this, I'm gonna wear sunscreen underneath anyway. This is so, so nice. If you've ever used the Neutrogena Hydra Boost moisturizer, it feels like that, but with a tint to it. Oh, it is so, so nice. Lightweight, moisturizing, and it just feels good on your skin. It feels like skincare more than makeup. So definitely keeping this one. Oh, next we have e.l.f. Camo Cc Cream. This is relatively new, and I actually really like this. I don't use a lot of it when I use it because it is very thick. This is the shade Light 240 Warm. And this I feel like will actually work better for me in the summertime when I have a little bit more color, because it is pretty warm toned. This one is definitely a dupe for the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I mean, even the packaging, like look. And honestly, the only thing I'll say about the e.l.f. one, kind of similar to the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, I feel like they could have gotten a few more shades in this. I feel like the shade range is not fantastic on this, but I liked the way it looked when I've worn it the past few times, and I would just say use it sparingly unless you want a full coverage, because this is thick. So I am going to be keeping that one. Okay, and this is probably my most used complexion product right now besides the Bare Minerals Original, and it's this. This is the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 25. If I'm gonna choose a tinted moisturizer right now, it's gonna be this one. It is glowy, which I like. It gives you a decent amount of coverage for a tinted moisturizer. which I like. It's very lightweight and moisturizing, but it does give you some coverage. This is the shade Light. 10 out of 10 would recommend this. I think this is a really, really pretty product, and anytime I've been choosing tinted moisturizer lately, it's been this one. Again, people are finding this at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, even though this is a new product. This just came out not that long ago. So if you're interested in this, check TJ Maxx or Marshalls. Speaking of TJ Maxx or Marshalls, I actually got this from, I think this one was from TJ Maxx. This is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. This is in the old packaging. I know she's redone it since then. This is the shade 1W1 Porcelain. I know this is like a cult favorite, you guys, but I gotta say, every time I've used this, it really has not blown me away. And I don't know what it is about it. It's just not, I don't know how to explain it. It just doesn't do it for me. When I use it, it's just not my favorite. I definitely prefer the Smashbox one. The Smashbox one is a little more coverage, and it does have it has a little more SPF actually. So the Smashbox has 25 SPF, this has 20. I don't know. I was really excited to try this because I know so many people love it, but this is not, I don't know. This is not a favorite, so I'm gonna pass that one on. Next is the Revlon Candid Glow Moisture Glow Anti-Pollution Foundation. This is nice. This is pretty, very, very light. Light coverage on this. I would say this is more of a tinted moisturizer kind of coverage. They call it a foundation, but I definitely I wouldn't consider this a foundation. All these are probably, I'm sure all these look the same on the camera. It's okay. It's not, again, I don't reach for this. I just don't. I know if I'm gonna choose a product like this, I'm gonna choose this or this. The Age Perfect from L'Oreal or the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Stick. I know I'm just not reaching for this, so I'm gonna pass that on. One final thing. This is new from Milani. It's the Glow Hydrating Skin Tint. That's what it is. It's truly a skin tint. This does not give you any coverage at all. Honestly, you could really use this as a primer, like a glowy primer underneath a foundation or something. This, I believe, comes in 3 shades, maybe 4. This is the lightest one. I will put a little on my hand for you. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like more water. It looks like there's more water in here than there is pigment. So yeah, this is not anything spectacular. It's very, very glowy and dewy, but honestly, you can get that from a primer. You could get that from a moisturizer underneath. There's no SPF or anything. I don't know. I don't think this is anything spectacular, so I am gonna pass that on. And that is it, you guys. That's all of them. This is just my lid for I think it's for the Nars Sheer Glow. So I'll put that over there, and we are finished. Okay, now I'm just gonna revisit these that I put in the maybe pile real quickly. Some of them are so hard. I don't know why, but some of them it's just really hard to make a decision on. So Too Faced Born This Way, I feel like this is just not it for me, guys. I don't know. I just don't feel the need to keep this. I feel like I have too many things like this that I like more. And I'm also not sure this is a perfect shade match for me. So I think that one is gonna go. Believe Beauty. This is the Skin Finish Foundation from Believe Beauty. You can get it at Dollar General. This is okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this one too. I just know I'm not gonna pick this over, say, my Nars here or my Bite foundation, my Sephora foundation. Like, I'm just not gonna pick this over that. So I feel like if I keep this, it's just gonna sit there. So we will pass that one on. Rare Beauty, yeah, I gotta give this one up too. I just don't think this is it for me. truly, every time I've worn this, it is so liquidy that, yeah, it's lightweight and that's nice, but it's so liquidy that if you have the least bit of texture or any fine line anywhere, this is gonna sink right into it every time. It also is very messy. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but it's made quite a mess. I don't know. This is just not my thing. So I'm gonna pass this on. Oh, now for the dreaded It Cosmetics CC Cream. You know what, guys? Honestly, I feel like if I'm gonna keep a CC Cream, I'm gonna keep the e.l.f. one because I like that one, and honestly, it's newer. I've had these for quite a while. I just don't think I'm going to use this. Honestly, right now, this is what I've been going for, the Smashbox Halo. I'm just not going to use these, I don't think. And I know a lot of people love these, but I don't know. I'm trying not keep things I know I'm not going to use. Okay, and last but not least, we have the YSL All-in-One Glow Fresh Dewy Makeup. And you know what? This is natural medium coverage. I just do not see this as a medium coverage. I don't know. It's very, honestly, the color is not good either, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna have to say no on that one too. I just don't think I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna put them back in this little organizer here. So you can watch me do that.
Sunday morning, waking up with you. We got no plans, we got nothing to do. You tell me you love me.
So there it is, you guys. Much more manageable. That's it. That is so much better than it was before. It's still a lot. No one needs this much foundation. I mean, I certainly don't, but at least I know these are things I will use. And so that is it for part 2 of curating my makeup collection. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about all of these foundations. And like I said earlier, I still have way more foundation than I would ever need. So I'm not saying by any means I'm like a minimalist now or anything like that. I just really wanted to make sure everything I have is something that I will use, and I'm gonna make a bigger effort to really use these things and rotate my products so I can make sure everything is being used and nothing is just sitting. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this. The next one will most likely be blush and bronzer, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the next video. Please give this one a thumbs up if you like it, and please share it. If there's anyone, friends, family, anyone in your life that you think would like this video or any of my videos, please share it with them. I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.
Sunday morning, waking up with you. We got no plans, we got nothing to do.